deeper words, deeper meaning. Social media is fucking you in the ass. I just want to bring to your attention the hive mind that can form on social media, right? So, first, let me explain what a hive mind is. A hive mind is when everybody thinks the same. Everybody thinks the same. It forms a collective conscious. And, you know, people who may not have had those viewpoints see an entire group of people, 100, 300, 5,000 people thinking a certain way. It's easier for that one person to get swooped up into that. The more that people the hive mind have, the more likely it's able to collect more people into the hive mind. You know what I mean? It's called a movement, but not all movements are good. You know what I mean? It's like a pendulum, basically. So watch this. You know, let's look at a pendulum. Don't you know those things that swing? You know what I mean? Those things that swing left and right. Let's look at this like this. Okay, so remember 3 years ago, the woke mob started to come out. They really started to pop off about 2-3 years ago. That's what I remember. Maybe they was out before that, but I really noticed it 2-3 years ago. And that woke mob, they were canceling people, cancel culture. You know, they formed a culture, cancel culture. You know, they were just trying to put it into a whole bunch of stuff. They had their viewpoint. You know, they had that certain mindset that started a movement in the pendulum. And if you look at now, you know, people getting sick of it. People getting sick and tired, you know, because they contaminated all the movies with politics rather than just telling good stories. They, you know, I'm not going to get into depth with my problem with the woke mob, but neither here nor there. They did a bunch of stuff, and now people getting tired of it. So some people, you notice when the pendulum go up, it have to swing back down to find some equilibrium. So now people sort of fighting back on it. They sort of standing up against it. And that's the swing of the pendulum, the collective conscious, and, you know, the rubber banding of it, the rebound of it, whatever you want to call it. Neither here nor there. Let's look at the hive mind on social media, right? Let's look at all the viewpoints you have. Think about all the viewpoints you have and ask yourself, which of these came from social media? You know, like, how is your relationship towards women? You know, do you call them modern women? Do you call, you know, do you think, you know, modern women ain't this, modern women ain't that? Modern men only care about. Do you think like that? Because you might be caught up in a hive mind of thought. And the problem with that is it programs your subconscious to believe a certain thing. If you hear a podcast, for example, you know them podcasts that just talk down on women, and the women that they bring on are, I would say, they not smart. So they just bring on women that deserve to be talked. I'm not gonna say they deserve to be talked down on, but you get what I'm saying. Like, they bring on hoes, they bring on like bitches who cheat on men. You know what I mean? They bring on people who fit the demographic of what they're talking about, and then they talk shit on them. And so let me backtrack. Let's look at that, right? You get your opinion of women from social media, right? You hear podcasts talking down on women. You hear this person talking down on women. And then, again, you only live in social media, so you see women on social media. You hear about women on social media. And then you see, I made a video about programming the subconscious mind. You say your I am statements, you hear them. And then after that, you write down every time you witness it being true. Because then you affirming to yourself that it's real. And that's what you're doing. You taking what's in that video and you doing that accidentally in real life. So watch this. You hear shit about women. Women ain't this, women ain't that. Men ain't this, men ain't that. And then you see it on social media affirming that it's true. You see, you know, how a woman cheated on a man, how a man did this to a woman, how, you know, this person backstabbed this person. You see on social media a girl, yesterday I saw a girl just sitting down. She looked like she was about to drive or something. And out of nowhere, the cameraman just lifted her skirt up. Out of fucking nowhere. And if that's my only input of what a woman is, that's what I'll believe women are. You know what I mean? And what that would do is it will program my subconscious to fit the hive mind of women ain't this, men ain't this. You get what I'm saying? So I say that to say, if you never step outside, if you never do anything to reprogram your subconscious, then you will only have negative viewpoints on life. You go out to meet a woman, your idea of what a woman is already programmed by social media. So let's look at this, right? Let's break this down and how this can affect the relationship negatively and keep you in the same loop. You get your idea from social media on what a woman is. Woman ain't this, woman ain't that. You go out to finally meet a woman. Now your mind is programmed subconsciously to not like women. You go out to meet one, and you don't give it your all. You don't put your all into it. You don't show her your 100% compassion. You hold off a little bit because you subconsciously hold off because women ain't shit anyway. That's what you think. So she picks up on that fact that you holding off from her. She picks up on those vibes that you've given her, that lack of trust. And from there, she then leaves you because she's thinking, oh, well, he not giving it my all. He not giving it his all, and I could sense it. She's subconsciously thinking it. He not giving it his all. I can sense it. I'm starting to distance myself from him. You know what? He not taking me serious. He distances himself from me. Maybe he talking to other women. So I'm going to just talk to other men. And you see how the cycle can start from just one subconscious belief causing you to act a certain way, which then sets the intention of the relationship, which then causes her to act a certain way, and stuff spirals out of control. Another thing, you might just act insecure because you see women and you think, you thinking all this beliefs that you've been programmed with. So now you think, you aren't enough because you compare yourself to social media men, and you compare yourself to this and that and whatever, whatever. And that insecurity is then pushed outward. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Now you act insecure, and she picks up on the way you acting, and she don't like it and leaves. And it fulfills the prophecy you have in your head. You get what I'm saying? So if one is to live in this world effectively, you have to actually live in the world. You can't let people tell you how the world is. Yeah, women are bad. Some of them. Yeah, a lot of them are good. Same thing with men. There's some men that's bad. A lot of them are good. To say that all men ain't shit and to say all women ain't shit is to say that it's a disrespect to God. Because imagine looking God in the face and saying, yeah, 50% of the people you've created ain't shit. You fucked up. Imagine saying that to God. Genuinely. It's a fucked up thing to say. He created people, in his image. He created people in his image. And just because some people caught up in the hive mind don't mean all of them are. And if you pray for something, and believe you have received it, then it will be yours. And if you pray for just positive people, you'll get that. You know what I mean? I'll even argue that some people even get a sick kick out of hearing negativity get spread. Like, what if I name this video Modern Women? How many people will click on this video with the expectation that I'll talk shit about that demographic? And that can be powerful too, because you sort of want to hear more negativity about them. You sort of want to hear shit get talked about. You want your beliefs to be affirmed, regardless of if they're good beliefs or not. We don't want that structure that we found comfort in to be torn down. And that can send you on a spiral, because we want our beliefs to be affirmed. That can send you on a spiral of constantly choosing to watch videos like that. You'll turn on the podcast to hear negativity that's said by those people who you expect to say negativity. Oh, if I turn this on, she probably gonna sound so stupid. Let me listen to it and let me hear how they make fun of her. Because you get a thrill out of it. I can't judge you, because we all do. But is that the best for your subconscious if you want things to change? You know what I mean? If you want to meet a woman that doesn't act like that, isn't it best if you cut social media off and go out and talk to real life people in real life? You know? A better affirmation would be, I am surrounded by loving people, loving women, loving men. I'm blessed by God in abundance. Wouldn't that be better to tell yourself that or something along those lines? You know, women love me, I'm cared for, I'm attractive, I'm confident. And what's meant for me comes to me. I'm blessed. You know, wouldn't that be better to say, God blesses me with people that are lifelong? Pray for that and then repeat that in your head. Wouldn't that be better than constantly feeding yourself fuel for the fire? I challenge you to step outside and actually build a mind of your own. The problem when you get caught in a hive mind, you become that ideology, and it fills you with bitterness, anger, hopelessness, dread. You feel as though you can't escape because you feel as though that's the world is, but that's all an illusion. That's a genjutsu. You caught up in, you caught up in a Tsukiyomi. You're not really in real life. You only get your ideas from what people tell you on social media and porn, and that's a terrible spot to get your ideas from when you really think about it. So I challenge you to step outside and actually, develop a mind of your own. I challenge you to actually talk to people. Yes, it's going to be some people that fuck you over, especially when your subconscious is still fucked over too. Like you start meeting people, you might start off a little on the wrong foot just due to the insecurities you may still have. But once you get rid of those, life will be better. And that's the thing, like when you pray to God for something and you believe it, if it's in his will, you'll receive it. So just pray more. Like, don't let the world block your mind. Step outside and actually talk to people. Because in the same way you tired of this and that, you tired of cheating in relationships, you tired of I can't meet a good woman because I'm tired of how they whatever. Women also think that same thing, and they looking for a good man also. It's good women who don't like the modern way of things. It's good women who don't like the modern way of things. It's good men who don't like the modern way of things and want a traditional household, who want, a good life, married, have kids, whatever. It's people out there who you have stuff in common with. And if you only look at social media, because they push the negative, it's a war on the spirit, and, Satan rule the world. So, obviously the negative is going to get pushed. It's going to keep you in a low vibe state. But I challenge you to step outside and actually meet people, actually do stuff, and form better beliefs, Leave a like, comment, subscribe, music channel, link in bio. I made a song called Bromo Dragonfly, man. Music channel, link in bio. Made a song called Bromo Dragonfly. I love y'all. And always, praise Christ.